Good evening. Welcome to Source 16 News at 10. I'm Tammy Hancock. Thanks for joining us. New this hour, Governor Steve Beshear today joined Christian and Hopkins County officials, transportation cabinet officials, state legislators, and others to celebrate the completion of the Breathitt-Penarol Parkway and to celebrate a Kentucky Governor, Edward T. Breathitt, for whom the parkway is named.
As you all know, he's a native here of Christian County, served in both the legislature and as governor, and the many things that he did for Kentucky, and in particular for Western Kentucky, certainly causes us to honor him by making sure that his name is attached to this parkway.
For the first time, Beshear says Kentucky has a high-speed corridor connection from the Ohio River in Henderson County to the Tennessee border, which is important for economic development efforts.
That word connection really is important in this context because connections are a big deal. When companies are looking for a place to locate, they look at much more than just the incentives that we offer them, although those incentives are important. They look at ease of access to and from the area. Proximity to major roadways mean incoming shipments come in faster and finished products go out quicker. And both of those things are extremely important to business.
He added that it means safer and more efficient commutes for the people that work for those businesses. With the completion of this final leg of the parkway in March, Beshear says it will only increase its appeal and effectiveness.
Increasing our ability to attract companies and jobs to this whole region. And folks, there is nothing more important to a Kentucky family right now than a job.
Following the remarks, local and state officials, transportation officials, and others joined the governor outside of the James E. Bruce Convention Center for the ribbon-cutting ceremony. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet held an informal meeting tonight to allow residents to voice their concerns and learn more about a proposed $8.1 million project to widen US 6880. Public Information Officer Keith Todd told Source 16 tonight the multi-million-dollar project includes plans to reconstruct 2 miles of US 6880 corridor from Lawrence Memorial Bridge at Canton to near the Kentucky 1489 intersection in Trigg County, which is currently in the design phase. During tonight's meet and greet at Lake Barkley State Resort Park, consultants with Johnson, Depp, and Quisenberry shared plans and maps of the project with residents. We'll have more on this story coming up tomorrow night at 6 and 10. Well, Callaway, Graves, and Trigg counties are among 45 counties with high unemployment that will open up public library workforce centers to assist those seeking jobs. A $1.3 million American Reinvestment and Recovery Act grant will help fund centers that will house computers, software, and teaching tools to provide training for Kentucky residents looking for jobs. The grant is provided by the U.S. Department of Commerce, National Telecommunications and Information Administration, and is supported by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Authorities are investigating a report of a teenage girl who was allegedly raped at knife point last night. A 17-year-old female reported to Hopkinsville police at around 11:45. She was walking home from her boyfriend's house on a dirt path between the Brickyard Plaza IGA and North McPherson Avenue when a black male with a pocket knife came up from behind her and attacked her. The victim told police that she tried to fight off the perpetrator, but that he pulled her to the ground and held the knife to her throat while he raped her. According to the report, the girl finally kicked him off, got up, and ran to her mother's house while pulling up her pants. The victim stated to police that the black male was wearing a black t-shirt, black cargo-type pants, had a pointy goatee, and short black hair. A Callaway County man has been indicted by the grand jury on sex-related crimes. According to Kentucky State Police, 22-year-old Matthew O'Neill of Murray was arrested today on an indictment warrant for first-degree attempted unlawful transaction with a minor, sex act victim under 16, which is a Class C felony, and 2 counts of use of an electronic communication system to procure a minor for a sex offense, which is a Class D felony. State police say the investigation was initiated due to concerns of citizens in Callaway County of inappropriate behavior by O'Neill. The investigation was then presented to the Callaway County Grand Jury on June 16th, and a warrant was returned. O'Neill is lodged in the Callaway County Jail on a $25,000 bond. An investigation into a complaint of manufacturing meth at a North Main Street residence netted the arrest of two Hopkinsville men. According to the Christian County Sheriff's Department, officers went to 1125C North Main Street around 4:40 Wednesday morning and smelled a chemical odor coming from the rear of the residence. After getting consent to search the home, police found several items used to manufacture methamphetamine. 42-year-old Jimmy Good Jr. and 29-year-old Daniel Haskins were taken into custody by the Sheriff's Department and charged with manufacturing meth, possessing and tampering with anhydrous ammonia, and other meth-related offenses. Both men were lodged in the Christian County Jail. During his speech last night, President Barack Obama spoke about the future of Afghanistan and his plans to bring more troops home, including the 101st Airborne Division. Fort Campbell officials say about 8,000 soldiers are currently deployed in Afghanistan and are scheduled to return to the local Army post this year during their regular rotation. According to Obama, the troop drawdown was a result of service members, civilian personnel, and coalition partners working together and meeting goals. President Obama says, quote, starting next month, we will be able to remove 10,000 of our troops from Afghanistan by the end of this year, and we will bring home a total of 33,000 troops by next summer. According to Obama, after the initial reduction, including soldiers from Fort Campbell, troops will continue to come home at a steady pace, and Afghan security forces will be responsible for their own security. Motorists traveling in Callaway County tomorrow need to be aware of a lane restriction. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet plans to restrict traffic to one lane on US 641 in the southern portion of the county to conduct a roadway compaction study on several sections of highway between Hazel and Murray. Motorists can expect to encounter one-lane traffic with alternating flow controlled by flaggers between 8 o'clock tomorrow morning and 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Motorists should use appropriate caution in this work zone. This week's Summer Music Fest concert in Mayfield will be a special one, featuring the mayor and some of her friends who will perform to raise funds for a special little girl. This Saturday's concert will be a benefit for 7-year-old Natalie Baldwin, the daughter of Mayfield Fire Department Captain Paramedic Jason Baldwin and his wife, Atasha.
Natalie was 7 years old. She was born without any arms. Is just a trooper. You would just not know. We've just watched her grow up here. All of us city employees, and of course she's always at our Christmas parties and all of our get-togethers, and she just is a beautiful little girl. You just don't realize that she's different, until you look and see that she doesn't have any arms.
Mayor Contrell says Natalie is healthy, but she has developed a condition that requires surgery at the Shriner Children's Hospital in St. Louis.
She has, she's healthy, but because of the fact, one of her, on both of her little shoulders, she has like a part of a digit, and the left shoulder has more, it's more a finger really. And she uses that finger in a lot of, things that she does to pick up things. And so she leans, leans to the left. And so she's developed scoliosis from that leaning as she has grown. And it's affecting her internal organs.
After looking for ways to help Natalie and her family, the mayor says they came up with the idea to get some of her friends together and make this weekend's Summer Music Fest concert a benefit to help out with the family's expenses during Natalie's 2-month recovery in St. Louis. The concert is normally free to the public. However, this weekend, the mayor is asking for donations for Natalie from concert goers. The mayor and her friends will be performing some of her favorite types of music, Southern gospel and contemporary Christian. Saturday's Summer Music Fest concert will get underway at 7 o'clock at Harmon Park. We now have more details on a story that we first reported at this time last night. Churchill Downs had to cancel live racing, training, and simulcast operations today after tornado-producing storms damaged 9 horse barns and some stable area buildings Wednesday afternoon. Churchill Downs officials reports that 9 barns suffered significant damage as a result of the storm in the historic venue's barnyard, along with a number of stable area structures, including some living quarters for backstretch workers, as you see in this video provided by WLKY. Officials arranged for the evacuation of about 150 horses to the Kentucky Fair and Exposition Center in close proximity to the track. Fortunately, there were no reports of injuries to workers or horses on site when the storm ripped through the area. The storms also caused significant damage around Papa John's Stadium and the University of Louisville campus. Kentucky State Police Post 1 in Mayfield is looking for an escapee from the McCracken County Jail. Police report 29-year-old Daryl Scott escaped from the jail around 7:30 last night and was last seen wearing an orange jumpsuit in the recreational area of the facility. Scott is described as a white male, 5'9" and 160 pounds, with brown eyes, brown hair, a shaved head, and has numerous tattoos all over his body, as you can see here in this picture. According to police, Scott was incarcerated on manufacturing methamphetamine and several armed robbery charges. Anyone with information of Scott's whereabouts is asked to contact Kentucky State Police at 270-856-3721. And the City of Madisonville Sanitation Department wants to remind the public on the regulations regarding refuse pickup. In accordance with the City Sanitation Ordinance, Section 97.04, all solid waste must be deposited in the appropriate container for pickup. Any solid waste not placed in a city-supplied container will not be picked up by the Sanitation Department. City of Madisonville Sanitation Supervisor Robert Janes says, "We are reminding customers that due to safety reasons, the Sanitation Department is not allowed to pick up any solid waste that is not placed in a City of Madisonville supplied toter. By placing solid waste in a supplied toter, sanitation personnel can more efficiently perform their duties while also limiting the potential of injury from solid waste not placed in a supplied container." He adds, if the supplied 96-gallon toter is not sufficient for a residential customer to collect their weekly solid waste, customers may request an additional toter of $5 per month. For any questions regarding the Sanitation Department's operating procedures, you can call 270-824-2117.